Alrighty, welcome to episode 239 of Backpacking America. It is a great pleasure of mine to welcome Kyle Troyan, the Trojan Warrior, to my show. Um, Kyle, welcome aboard to Backpacking America. I know it's your first time here. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing today. I'm ready to throw down in 9 days and show
Yeah,
why the
you ready?
fuck my show what the fuck I'm about, baby.
Yeah. Tell them that. Say
Let's
that.
fucking
Say that.
go, baby.
Say that. Say that. So,
Let's
how'd you get
go,
your
man.
start, man? What got you into fighting?
I started fighting at 14 years old with boxing. My dad introduced me to the sport, and from there on, I wanted to be UFC champion of the world. But I started with boxing, had a couple fights, 15, 16, a little layoffs with high school, doing my own thing, fucking you know, getting distracted by other things in life. And then I got back into boxing at 19, stuck with it, a little bit of jujitsu, and then I found Long Island MMA 22, and now I'm on my 18th fight, ready to throw down and knock this clown out.
That's fire, man. So tell us about Flex Fight, man. So you've been fighting with their league for quite some time. What what's something that you really take away from them every time you fight there?
Well, my first time fighting was actually 22. I started with Ring of Combat, which is another promotion, but then after that, I started with Flex Fights, and all my fights from then on were for Flex Fight series. I just feel like in the region they're the best. They have the best matchups. There's no like most of the time, like 9 out of 10, you don't see like a mismatch where someone's fighting someone who sucks and then the other guy's really good. You see fair matchups. Everyone's hungry in there and everybody wants to win and be great.
That's awesome, man. So when you do fight there, you've had some really great fights. I've seen a handful of your fights. Your last fight, it didn't end in a victory, but you fought really hard with the guy. I mean, it was a close fight from what I've been hearing. Tell me what you learned from that fight. What's something that you're gonna take into the arena for the fight that's in, I believe it's July 15th, right? It's Stereo Garden?
Yes, 9 days from today. But what I learned from that fight was basically what I learned from every fight, though. I'm always going in hungry. I was very hungry to win that fight. It didn't go my way. I'm not making any excuses.
Okay.
You live and you learn, and I definitely learned from that. And I'm going to be back stronger this time. And this time, I'm definitely going to win. There's no question about it. And I'm hungry to get this win and see where it goes from there.
That's fire, man. Yeah. So what's your training regimen like? Like I see you whenever see you in the gym. Shout out to Unique Fitness. Whenever I see you at the gym, you're always doing like some different type of training, different from everyone else in the gym. What's your training routine like?
Well, that's a gym that's close to me. I actually travel all the way to West Babylon at Long Island MMA.
Oh
That's my
wow.
main school. So I travel from Riverhead, which is usually 50 to an hour minutes long. So I go out there because I believe they're the best on the island, and
Okay.
I get the best work out there, best teammates, best coaches, and I believe that's where I'm going to be known as UFC champion one day. But yeah, Unique Fitness is close to me, so I go there on my off time to just do cardio, treadmill work, lifting. My resume, I lift 3, 4 times a week, usually all explosive stuff. Always doing intense cardio, sprints on the treadmill, on and off. Um, obviously core strengthening, everything, dude. And I know I'm ready to go this time. 9 days, I'm putting this guy to sleep.
So when you get into a fight, what's your psychology like? Like when you're in that ring and you see, you look at your opponent eye to eye before the punches are firing off, what are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about, listen, this is what I got to do. And if you lose right now, I'm dying. There's nothing else in life. Like I'm done. I'm dead. So I either win this and I continue to live on, or I lose and I die. You win, you live. You lose, you die. It's mentality, and that's why I'm going to be successful in this fight. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to knock Artis Smith the fuck out.
Bro, I have high hopes for you, man. I've seen your work, man. I've seen your fight, and you put guys on their ass within 30 seconds. That's actually why they put you at the last fight, because your fight's so short. It's over. Like you're a good fighter. I recommend going to the Flex Fight website and definitely buying tickets and meeting at Stereo Garden in 9 days to see Mr. Kyle, the Trojan Warrior, uh, beat the shit out of this guy. Quite frankly, uh, so
There's
how'd
no
you What's up, buddy?
No, no, you go ahead. I'm just saying, there's no listen. This guy's done for. This guy is done. I work hard every day. I do not care what anybody says. He is going to sleep in the first round. Let's fucking go, baby.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. And you got the t-shirts too, right? You got merch.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of merch. You know, I do have a couple sponsors. Some people I sponsored that I probably shouldn't have, but you live and you learn. And that's it, man. And I have 50 of those. I got rid of them and to certain people. And yeah, Trojan Warrior. I'm gonna have new merch soon, but right now I'm just focused on this fight and showcasing a performance of a lifetime, baby. Let's fucking get it.
So when you win this fight, like what's the next stage? Are you still fighting in the flex
Uh,
fight arenas, or is it how's it work?
I believe I'm going to showcase the performance. I talked with my coach, and I'm planning on going professional after this.
Excellent. And you're a UFC fighter, right? So how's that different from I'm sorry, you're MMA now, right?
No, no, listen, like UFC is the top of the top. I'm still an amateur fighter, so I got a long way to go.
Oh,
I'm still
okay.
an amateur MMA fighter. I'm about to go pro soon this year, no question. And UFC is in the future, but I still got a long way before then. But once I am in the UFC, I'm going to shock the world. I'm going straight to the top of the welterweight division, grabbing that strap off Leon Edwards' waist and putting it around the Trojan Warrior's waist. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, let's fucking go. So when you train for MMA, what's the intensity on your body? That it's some serious training you're doing.
Oh, dude, it's brutal. It's brutal, especially when you go to a world class gym like mine. You know,
Mm.
there's always something. There's always there's always injuries or something. But you always push through, and it's every day. It's just a consistent thing. Even on your bad days, you got to go and show up, and it sucks sometimes. You don't want to go. You don't, but you gotta no matter what.
Absolutely, that's for anything, man. Consistency is key. A lot of people too, like you look at it in the gym or you look at it with anything, but specifically, I guess for this topic, the gym, like you'll see a lot of people flood in the winter to get in shape for the summer, and then they just let themselves go for the summer because they're only just trying to look good for the aesthetic, you know. And
That's a mediocre mindset right there, and
it
that
is.
is something that I can never ever comprehend or be in life. None of this 9 to 5 stuff. I'm in this sport to be the best. I train every day. I'm in shape year round, and I'm ready to take over.
That's how you got to be, bro. If you want to win, you got to be in the game 24/7, 365. Like I totally understand that. And a lot of people too, like and if it sounds daunting to you, that means that the what you're fighting for isn't something that you like. Like for me with this podcast, with, creating things, building things, and the gym, it's total dedication. It's 365. It's every day, 24/7. It's on my mind. Like when I'm not in the gym, I'm thinking about, is my form better? What are my goals? How am I going to eat today? Am I going to be able to, meet my goals by the end of the month? And, I want to look back every 3 months and be like, all right, I improved as a person. And especially in these areas. Same thing with my podcast. I'm always thinking, like, all right, how am I going to make this thing pop off? How am I going to make this look better? What equipment do I need to get? What type of moves do I need to make? How consistent do I need to be? Finally, I could be, 5 days a week with this thing live for everyone to, consume this content. And I found all the right places to put it. And I amassed about 600,000 subscribers on all my platforms combined. YouTube is obviously lagging behind, so don't throw that in my face, guys. But,
Wow,
it's
wow.
that's a 4-year effort, 4.5-year effort. So, you gotta keep pushing forward. And mediocre mindset, it's mediocre mindset because you don't have something you care about. I think that's a big thing that people forget is that when you
Yeah,
aren't consistent, it's because you don't care about it.
yeah, that's so true. And I feel like to be passionate about something, you can't teach passion.
No, not at all. It just has to come with you. You can't you can't learn that at a job training or like even in your case, like your dad took you to do sports and do fighting and all that, and you stuck with it. You're in your how old are you now? You're 26?
27, actually.
You're 27? Look, bro, yeah, you stuck with it from when you were like 14, 15, because at some
Yep.
point, you're going to be an adult and make your own decisions. And, you know, like my parents were like, you should go play an instrument. And I'm like, all right, cool. I think that would be fun. So I played an instrument, or maybe the school made me. I don't know. But I didn't want to continue it anymore after ninth grade. I was like, oh, fuck it. I don't want to play bass anymore. I just want to make art and shit. And because I wasn't passionate in it, you can't force, I wasn't even practicing or anything. So you can't force a talent or a skill if you don't want to learn it. It's just,
Yeah,
you know, and I feel
yeah,
like you could
yeah. I
learn that.
believe.
What'd you say?
Oh no, go ahead.
No, no, I was just saying, like, I feel like you could learn that through the gym and through fighting and stuff that you're doing too, is that, because you got to really love what you're doing if you're willing to get the shit kicked out of you and break a nose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. You learn through your losses. You learn through adversity in life, and if you could push through adversity and push through hard things, you can do anything you set your mind to. And yeah, there's no question the Trojan Warrior in 4 or 5 years from now is going to be a UFC world champion, and
Yeah.
that's it. And then when I am champion, I promise you we'll do another podcast, and that's a fucking fact, brother. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. My man's gonna be you're gonna be on the show a lot more though, don't worry. So like when you're fighting, right? And you see people like they start to recognize you, they're coming up to you and they want to do what you do. Because I'm sure you've had people come up to you and be like, "Yo, how do I do MMA? What do I need to know?" What's something you would tell someone that wants to get started on that journey?
Oh man, dude, it is. Listen, man, this shit is a lifestyle. This is no something you do for fun. This is a 24/7 training multiple times a day, training every day. Hate honestly, as passionate as I am about it, as passionate as anyone is about it, you're gonna hate it sometimes because of how consistent and how much you have to train. Sometimes you're going to
Mm.
hate it, but if you could look through all that and look at your big goal one day to be great, you know, yeah, that's it. It's always good to learn this, obviously, but to really fight and to live it is one thing because you have to be a whole different animal.
So do you train every day?
Yeah, yep.
Wow,
There's
every day.
no, if there's a day off, man, there's something wrong. There's, every day, baby. Let's fucking get. Well, you
Let's
know what I
fucking
mean? Like,
go.
if I take a day off, dude, there's someone out there training hard. There's someone out there that is going after the UFC welterweight strap that you know, that's training hard. So I can't,
You
you know.
can't sacrifice anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. What's your diet like? Like how do you eat for this?
Well, as the fight gets closer and closer, I fight at 170, welterweight division. Most fighters nowadays cut a lot of weight, at least 20 to 30 pounds. Especially if you're, legit
Mm.
making a career out of this. So, I walk around at 195, 200. I get as big as 210, but I don't usually get like that. I'm usually
Wow.
around 195. Now
Wait,
I'm
so
about like 185,
so
190. But as the fight gets closer, you want to be on a consistent diet of 5 small meals a day or whatever normal people, whatever other fighters want to do. But I stick to 5 small meals a day. Um, the last week of the fight, I water load, which is when you have 2 gallons one day, 6 days before weigh-ins, maybe 2 gallons 5 days before, 1.5, 4 days before, one 3 days before, half 2 days before, and like a quarter one day before, and then the day of the quarter you sauna all day, sauna suit. The day before, the day before you sauna suit all day, don't drink anything. The morning of, you just freaking die in that sauna, make weight, and come
wow.
out, rehydrate after weigh-ins. I got some of my coaches that always help me out with that. Get your weight back and go in there and dominate.
Wow. That sounds like an insane process. Like how do you feel like when you're cutting all that water? Like what's that feel like?
It's sure, man. It's definitely not easy. You got to be really mentally strong to really push through that. And it's always good to have people there for you, especially to drive you to weigh-ins or to drive you even home that night because it's like you're kind of disoriented. It's no joke. You're cutting. My last day before weigh-ins, I'm cutting like 10 pounds before weigh-ins. So
Wow.
hard. It's very hard, and if you can get through that, you can get through anything in life, man. It's all what you put your mind to, man.
Mm. Wait, so when you look, speaking of putting your mind to, right? So I've always wondered this, like when coming to like fights, like how do you get into one of these event? Like so flex fight, I don't really know much about the MMA world, but I'm assuming flex fight, it's like the amateur league. So like how do you get into that? Do you have to try out for that? Do you have to just sign a piece of paper? How do you do it?
No, basically, my first time fighting was for my first fight was Ring of Combat. Then after that was all flex fights. But my first fight, I had to go up to my coach and tell him, listen, man, I want this and I really want to fight. I was wondering if you put my name out there. You got to go to your coach. They talk to the promoter. They get you a fight. They get you matched up at the weight class. You get ready, and basically your coaches do the work for that. You got
Wow.
to tell them. You got to show them the effort you put in, and yeah, that's basically it.
You
Start
can't just
making a
be
name
like
for
some
yourself.
some guy that like writes his name down on a piece of paper and be like, "Yeah, I'm ready." It's like your coach has to be like, "No, I'll tell
No,
you when
no.
you're ready."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Especially when you go into a real gym. I mean, there is people out there that don't even. There is definitely a couple fighters, I guess, that don't really train at like a serious gym, and they can just kind of make their own fights. But I mean, if you go to a real established gym, you're obviously going to have your coaches, put your name out there and fight and pick the right fights for you and everything. And I believe I go to the number one gym. Shout out to Long Island MMA, and I got the best guys over there. We're a family, and I believe in 5, 10 years from now, there's going to be multiple people in the UFC from there. There's no question. We have the best facility, best coaches, best team, and that's it. The
I
haters
believe
are
it,
really
man.
cute. We are
I
the best.
believe Long Island's been showing out, man. I mean, listen, regardless of what anyone might say about All Elite Wrestling or WWE, all that stuff, All Elite Wrestling, has showcased a lot of Long Island athletes from, various parts of the island, which I think is pretty cool. You got Flex Fight showing a lot of Long Island talent. You got a lot of boxing gyms out here that are producing just excellent fighters that I could see being world class within, like you said, the next 5, 10 years. I think Long Island's going to see a renaissance of sports, particularly in the fighting and acrobatic sections of fitness. I haven't really seen anyone in the, maybe I'm not paying attention to it, but in the bodybuilding side of things. But, there's definitely hope for that. Even in our skateboarding communities, like skateboarding's a big thing out here. The skate scene has a lot of great talent. Some of them have been picked up
Mm.
by national companies and teams, so that's been pretty cool. Um, I think it's just I don't know what it is, but Long Island's just been cranking out stuff in the last 2, 3 years in the sports area.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. No question. I don't know much about other sports. I used to skate as a kid, but especially in MMA, UFC. Oh my God, Long Island is
There's
huge.
an MMA gym, it seems like in every town. It's crazy. Even jujitsu, there's a lot of that.
Yeah, yeah, no, a lot. You know,
So
there's champions at Long Island.
what made you choose MMA as opposed to any of the other fighting styles? What's the appeal to you?
For me, I'm out of my mind, especially with this sport. I lost my mind with it. So that's basically all I know, man. Honestly, that's just all I was passionate about. So I don't even know like what it's really like to do anything else really. Like that's
Mm,
all I've ever wanted to do. And I played other sports. I played football as a kid, but it wasn't what I was passionate about.
mm.
And this is really I don't even know what it's like to even do another sport, man. Because the fucking Trojan Warrior is just in one sport, and that's MMA. And I'm gonna be in the UFC. There's no question about it. Let's fucking
Let's
go.
fucking go. Yo, so when it comes to like, having people supporting you and all that, like, what do what's your family life like? Are they generally supportive of your endeavors? Are you more on your own with it? How do you,
Yeah, yeah.
support yourself?
I mean, they're supportive. They think, sometimes they get nervous, because
Mm,
it's obviously not an easy road to get to make a career out of this.
mm.
But I'm just gonna have to prove them wrong, and prove some people that don't believe in me wrong. I know I got the persona for this sport. I know I got the personality. I know I got the talent,
You got the
and
drive.
if I'm willing to get with anyone in there, man. And I'm hungry, man. And yep. Listen, man. There's nothing else I ever. Nothing else I think of, man. This is it. This is it.
Do you think like do you train people for money? Like how do you balance, your need for
Not yet.
survival?
I don't. I don't.
No?
I don't want to be that type of person that is training people that doesn't deserve to train people. I want to earn
Mm.
my stripes, and I don't want to be one of those frauds out there that No offense to anybody, but like, come on, man. Like, I want to be a professional fighter before I even think about training someone. So
So what level
on
do
my
you
way.
like I know you say professional fighter, but what level in the professional realm do you think? Like what makes someone earn their stripes, so to speak?
Oh, well, anybody could be a professional fighter. I don't know 100% works, but I know you could be like 0 and 12 and go professional. Anybody can go pro, but obviously you want to take your time and be ready to go professional, have
Mm.
the right people, have the right mindset,
Yeah,
have
you
the
gotta build like
experience in there.
your own community, it seems like, to support all that. I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yeah, but anybody can really go pro, but I'm gonna have the experience as an amateur before I go pro, and yeah, that's why when I go pro, I'm gonna be undefeated, rise to the top, and yeah, man, I want to, I want this.
What's something that when you're feeling doubts about, what you're doing, like what's something that gets you out of that fog and gets you pushing?
Basically, I look up some motivation quotes.
Hmm.
I think about my teammates, think about people out there that care about me and believe in me, and I get up and grab myself a fucking cup of coffee, and I
Yes.
make no excuses that I go to that gym. And honestly, sometimes I'll roar at the top of my fucking lungs, and it fucking wakes me up.
That's the best
Yeah.
way to put it, man. Yo, honestly, I feel you on the coffee thing because when I'm feeling down or I need a kick in the ass, I need some caffeine. I'm not even kidding. It's like I like to say that it's a good thing I choose out coffee over alcohol because I'd be an alcoholic for sure. Um,
Yo, man, just a black coffee. If you give me that, I'll be all right.
Me too, bro. If you put milk in your coffee, you're not about it, bro. You are not ready for the day. Like you cannot have milk in your coffee.
I
Black
know, man.
coffee
That
is
shit
for
makes me
winners.
tired, dude.
What?
Black coffee, 1 calorie, gets you up, gets you going to the gym, gets you putting in the work, keeps your attitude in check, and yeah.
I'm drinking some black coffee right now. I'm in the same boat. I was feeling sluggish. I was like, "Oh man, I don't want to eat. I don't want to go to the gym." And then I'm like, "Nah, I need to make my coffee right now because this conversation's got to be fire. This interview's fire, and then I'm gonna kill it at the gym for leg day. Have like my goal set. I want to hit
Yep.
315 on the hip thrust by the end of the month, so we're gonna do that.
Bro, you're gonna hit that. No, 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 no. 315 at the end of the month. You're gonna hit 315 on the hip thrust today.
Ah man, I knew you were gonna say that shit. Now I gotta do it. Now I gotta do it for
You're
the
gonna do 315 at the hip thrust thing today, and you're gonna hit that, and you're gonna let's fucking go.
Fuck it, let's fucking go. I'll post it. I'm gonna post it on Instagram too, so everyone knows I'm not capping right now. For the people listening in the live
Oh
stream
man.
right now, I'm not capping. I'm gonna do it.
Speak it into existence. David Goggins. You listen to any David Goggins?
No, who's David Goggins?
Come on, man. He's like one of the most motivational people ever. He was like 300 plus pounds. Now he's like 100 freaking 70, and he just is literally the best. If you haven't heard of him, dude, you gotta look him up, bro. What
Is he
about
one of the
Eric Thomas?
is Eric Thomas? No, never no idea.
ET? Come on. What
I know none
about
of them, man.
Ray Lewis? Come on.
No. Who's that?
Come on, man. Damn. Gotta look
I
these guys
I
up.
just be I just be like, honestly, bro, I feel like I'm raw dog in life because I have no idea about any of this shit, bro.
No, no, you're doing what you're passionate about, though. Like, I only know these through like some speeches I look up and motivation whenever I
So
need it.
so these are some of the guys that get you through those periods of doubt and they push you forward after you drink
Uh,
that cup of
I
coffee.
mean, honestly, I believe in myself. So even when I'm doubtful, I don't need anything to motivate me. I motivate myself. But those are things that kind of just they get me through a little bit. They give you that little edge. They give
What's
me the edge.
something what's something like what's that edge? Like what's one of those stories that those gentlemen said that really gave you that extra push to keep going?
Nah, I don't really have any stories. I just know I have coaches and a team that believe in me, and I have tons of friends, family that believe in me. That's really I don't need anything external. That's all I need, and I know
That's
me,
cool
and I know.
you got that infrastructure because not a lot of people have that. Like it's so like if you look at every successful person, they have a team behind them. It's not just, yes, the individual absolutely has to put out. You could have all the resources in the world, but if you aren't consistent or don't have the passion, it's not going to work. But if you look like every successful person, wherever it is, has some family that's behind them, some friends that are behind them, and maybe one or two people that throw them a couple of bucks here and there. You know,
Yeah, yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, you have to really believe in it, you know?
you got to find people that believe in it too. It's like and it doesn't just have to be family either. It could really be anyone, and that's the cool part about at least like the journey of trying to build like your own community, right? Because I feel like, yeah, like at least for me, right? Like I feel like I have to build my own everything. Like I have to build my own society, if you will, because I don't really, you know, I'm an outsider. I don't really people look at me weird in my personal life and my work life and my career life. So it's just kind of like I came to the conclusion recently, like, all right, I need to build my own business and something I'm passionate about. I need to establish my own network of people. I need to establish my own media, my own everything, really, if I want to survive in this world. And I think that that's such a cool challenge to embrace because it's like, at least for me, like I'm trying to build something different and take over. You want to take over the world, I want to take over the world. You know what I mean? Like I'm in that same wave. We just have
Yeah,
different ways of
yeah, yeah,
achieving it,
yeah.
you know?
I see it. It's something different that you're doing, and just like me, it's something different. Especially a lot of old timers aren't gonna understand it because they're in a
Yeah.
different generation. But forget about proving yourself to people. Just prove it to yourself, man. And how many subscribers you got?
Like
Fucking
600,000.
400,000. Yeah, dude. So I wonder how many people are listening to this right now, man. And
Bro,
I
a
wonder
lot.
how many people are gonna listen when we make millions one day and we make it big.
Yeah, we're gonna flex on all the haters with that fat stack, bro.
Yo, all you haters, I love you guys, man. Keep it coming, man.
Bro, it
Keep it
fuels
coming.
me. It fuels me. I love the spite. It's not even funny. Like, just please keep trying to make me feel like shit. I love it.
Dude, it just makes me smile, man. I just love it. I love when people hate me, man.
Dude, they're gonna hate it when you fucking win in 9 days, dude.
Oh, dude, these guys, man, these guys. I'm just gonna
Gonna
smile
fuck
and
'em up. So
go right through this.
when you're getting ready for a fight, man, like how do you promote it? Like how do you get people to pull out?
To pull out to the fight, I usually just, uh, put it on my Instagram story, maybe message some of my really close friends on Facebook and Instagram, uh, Snapchat, whatever, messages. Um, and that's really it. Um,
Kind of spreads
when I go
after that.
pro, I'm good. I'm really good at promoting, but when I go professional, forget it. I'm gonna be like top with promotion. I'm gonna be selling. I'm gonna be putting up flyers all around Long Island. Fucking Trojan Warrior is fighting soon. Pop the fuck out.
Pop the fuck out, bro. Do you have any like so I know you said you had merch and you sold some of it, but like do you have like a merch website or do they have to like contact you directly?
Not yet. Not yet. None of that yet. I'm gonna be pro very soon, so that's when I'm gonna start really doing all that and really,
I
pushing
just
all that
want a
up.
fucking t-shirt. I'm gonna be very honest with you.
Yeah, yeah. I'll check out if I have any extras, but the Trojan Warrior shirts go pretty fucking quick.
No, I feel you. At your last fight, half the fucking arena had Trojan Warrior shirts. I was like, holy shit, this guy
I know.
actually. I was like, yo, he has merch? What? Like, that was so fire.
Yeah, no.
I like Flex
Yeah,
Fight
no.
too because they have a lot of foreign fighters there too.
Oh yeah, dude, they're all over the country, dude. Dude, I have for Flex, I think I have how many fights do I have? This is gonna be my like seventh for Flex
Really?
alone. But they always yeah, I'm fighting people from Florida, um bro, New Jersey, where else? This guy's from Pennsylvania. I'm fighting people from all over, dude.
Wow.
Like I'm not really ever fighting anyone from Long Island. I don't think I ever fought anyone from Long Island really.
That's
I
so
think it was all
interesting.
like crazy, dude. Yeah, it's a bit most. You're no
Do you,
joke, man. There's no mismatches. There's no mismatches. There's no like a lot of these promotions. It's a freaking joke, dude. It's a joke, and I want to fight the best fighters there are. That's it.
the best of the best. So like when
Yeah.
you
Yep.
when you do a Flex Fight series, is it only on Long Island that it occurs or does it occur throughout the country?
No, no, dude. They're all over. You got to follow them. They're all over. They go to. I think their last event or the one before, one of them was at Florida. Was in Florida. Um. Yeah, they're all over.
Wow.
They're all over.
I thought they were only Long Island based. They have a lot of them in Long Island. I've been to at least three in the last year that have been here. Um, do they like come here every 3 months, right?
Sometimes two, three, you know, usually no more than three. They always have shows, but they're
That's
great.
awesome.
They took care of me my amateur career, you
Wow.
know.
So tell us a bit about like, do you, because I have no idea what Flex Fight really was until like I met you. You know, for our listeners out there, explain what it is. Like, what's it do? Where's it based out of? What type of events do they hold? That type of thing.
They're based out of Long Island, but they have shows all over the country. Um, yeah, that's really it. You know, every time you fight for them, they have a lot of, you get used to that. Cameras all over, flashing lights. You know,
Live
you get
streams.
used
They have
to
a good
that.
live stream too.
You get used to being around a lot of people. Like, your fights like real deal professional. So
It
when you
does
fight for them.
mimic a UFC fight. I have to say that I really like looking at all the technology there. There's security there that's great. There's people packed wall to wall. They have guys, they stream this. I don't even know where they stream it. Kyle, I don't know if you know either, but they have like this whole big app, like this big announcer table with all the TVs and all the professional cameras live stream it. It's really great. Local companies supporting it. I know Organically Connected does some work with them. Some hemp seed farms do work out there. It's really cool, man.
Yeah, no, they're great, dude. Yeah, no, they're
So
great.
what's
I'm
with
just
this?
excited.
I know that there's like MMA fighters that do they do what was it, kava? They drink kava for its like properties. Like is that like a big thing with MMA fighters or is that just like a niche type of holistic healing that people choose?
I believe Island Cabo you're talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I believe there's a place out in Paso. One of my coaches actually owns it.
Oh, one of your coaches
So
owns it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's actually down the street
I
from
believe so.
it's down the street from
Yeah.
the venue, Stereo Garden.
Yeah, yeah, right there. I think my coach owns that actually. And yeah, I honestly should be going there more. I don't, and that's my fault because that stuff's I hear nothing but great things about it, but I don't know much about it to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I hear that stuff is great for recovery and all that, which I should be more involved in. But
Yeah, I heard, I hear interesting things about it. I hear, a lot of good stuff. Um, some interesting stuff too. Like I know a lot of former opioid addicts, they use kava to because it kind of simulates some of those opioid effects. So you might trip balls drinking it, but um, it's I heard the removal properties because it's not opium, but it has like an opium-like quality to it. It's excellent for eliminating pain in a non-addictive way.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yep, I heard that. Yep.
So it's definitely something to consider. I do know that because when I went there was always a lot of people that were MMA fighters, boxers, athletes that would go there, and I was like, wow, that's what kava is. I had no idea that it had you know pain relief quality to it. I thought it was just like a specialty. Um, So it's definitely, if you're an athlete, definitely do your research and look into that. I
Yeah.
don't know what
Oh,
other
yeah.
healing techniques you do. I don't know if you do like Reiki or if you do, meditation or anything. I don't know, like, what's your recovery process like?
I'm involved in all that ice bath, hypervolt massage gun. Uh, what is it? Chirotherapy, if I said that right. I try that
What
once in
is
a
that?
while. You never heard of that when you get in those chamber things and they like it has the steam coming up? It's like freezing cold. You never heard of
No.
cryotherapy?
Oh,
I believe it's called.
cryotherapy. Oh, I thought you said
Yeah, yeah,
pyrotherapy.
yeah. No, whatever it's called. Yeah, yeah. I'm big into that. Once in a while though, I don't do it too often. But honestly, like right now, I just take a cold shower usually for the most part, ice bath, and that's really it, man. And the Trojan Warrior for this fight is all recovered up and ready to go. 9 days, let's fucking go. Arthur Smith to get knocked out. And yeah, I hope you enjoy your car ride, back to freaking Pennsylvania, wherever you're from. It's gonna be a long car ride of defeat.
He said, "Fuck you. Enjoy the traffic, bitch."
That's right, baby. You don't come to New York. You don't come to New York and try to,
You don't
try to
fuck up
try
the
to take
Trojan
me out.
Warrior like that. No way. You getting your ass beat and sent back in your car.
Dude, you getting smacked all over his face.
So where can the people buy tickets, man? If they want to see this.
You can hit me up. Kyle Troyan MMA Instagram. I repeat, Kyle Troyan MMA. My Facebook is just Kyle Troyan. Yeah, if you want to buy tickets, I have them on me. I still have a lot. You can message me, or you can get them through the Flex Fight Series website. But get them from me. It helps a little bit. So yeah,
If you buy them from the fighters, parts of it go to you, right? Some of it goes to you.
a little bit, yeah, a
A little
little
bit.
bit, yeah. Get it from me, and yeah.
Support your
Hit up the
local fighters,
Trojan
guy.
Warrior, man. Hit up the Trojan Warrior, because we're putting on a show.
Dude, I'm telling you, the show is fantastic. He does good work fighting. His fights are something to witness. I've seen him drop a guy in 30 seconds twice. Fantastic work as always. He's gonna kick this guy's ass in 9 days. Definitely buy your tickets. They're $60. Get them while they're hot. They're going quick, and hopefully, I'll see you guys there. Kyle, thank you so much for joining Backpacking America. I hope you had a good time, and I'd love to have you back after the fight if you're down for that.
Yo, I had a great interview. This is great, and I would love to be on it right after I knock this guy out. Thank you for having me. Everybody at home, listen, you need to come to this fight. Look, I'm taking over. I am gonna knock this guy out. If you want to see that, get your tickets now before it's too late, because you're gonna witness a knockout in person, and you're gonna witness the future of the UFC right in front of your face at Stereo Garden, freaking July 15th. 6 p.m. The card's actually all one card now. It was two cards. It was like a day card and night card, but now it's all one card from 2 p.m. all the way to 11 p.m. The Trojan Warrior is going to be fighting at night. Listen, you got to come to that event. Stereo Garden, Patchogue. Let's fucking get it.
Let's fucking go. Yo, Kyle, good luck. And to my listeners, thank you for tuning in for another episode of Backpacking America.